Good afternoon, everyone. It's Aniva Menon from hearthealthbrainhealth.com, encouraging healthy grieving and mindful actions. Today, my contemplative time today has been all about timing and waiting for timing for certain actions, sometimes certain words, sometimes certain thoughts. And of course, I'd say there's no time like now, but I came across a few quotations that I wanted to share with you to try to help you think of this in some of the ways that I've been contemplating. So the first quotation says, "If you wait for things to be perfect, you'll just miss out on life." And that's by Pratt. If you wait for things to be perfect, you'll just miss out on life. Now, how many of us have fallen into patterns like that, where it's like, yeah, once I finish this, then I'll do that. I have a habit, which I'm changing, of once I finish this work, then I'll give myself the treat of a nice outing. And I mean just a walk, for example. And as many of you know, I walk daily. So I don't wait now to finish things before I do that walk. I actually do that walk first, because if I wait, I might miss out a chance on just enjoying life, right? So in life, I mean, for me, that's a wonderful part of my day, is to actually go for that walk. And you might think that's not so exciting, or you might realize how wonderful it is, because again, for a lot of my life, I didn't truly value that experience, because there was always something that was in my head of the next thing to do, or the thing I have to do before I go for that walk. So today, it's such a joy to really appreciate that. And I'm not waiting to miss out on life, you see? So then I came across another quotation which kind of followed this thought pattern that I was contemplating through. And it was all about commercialism. And we think about missing out on life. And a lot of people, when they think they're missing out on life, they think, oh, that person went on a vacation, that person just got a new car, that person got a new home, that person's got a new child, that person's got a new sweater, whatever it is. And people feel like they might be missing out on something. And this quotation I came across, I thought was very interesting to share with you. It says, "Are these things really better than the things I already have? Or am I just trained to be dissatisfied with what I have now?" Interesting, right? So are these things really better than the things I already have? Or am I just trained to be dissatisfied with what I have now? And this will happen for people, right? So sometimes people will put a lot of effort into going on a trip, and they go on the trip and it's really great. And then eventually they come back to their normal place, and suddenly there's a dissatisfaction. Why? Is it because we are trained to be dissatisfied with what we have now? Now, someone would say, well, of course I'm satisfied when I'm on my trip. Yeah, but it's not really something you have. It's something that you're doing that's different. Maybe that's the thing too, right? Unless I'm doing something different, I can't be satisfied, which is interesting, right? A lot of us can think about those things. When I accomplish something, I feel satisfied. When I achieve something, I'll be satisfied. When I finish some schooling, I'll be satisfied. When I get into some schooling, I'll be satisfied. When I get a new job, I'll be satisfied. And we have been trained to become more dissatisfied with what we do have. I wanted to plant the seed that this is part of this consumer mentality that we have been trained in. And of course, advertisers are pretty great with doing this, but then we do it to ourselves too, right? Because we're watching TV or movies, and of course, there's plugs for advertising and all of that. Even on the internet, we are seeing constant direction of, you need this, and this is why. And you might have a mop, but this mop is better, right? So it could be anything, but there's something. And of course, when we see food, it doesn't even matter if you spent time cooking a nice meal. You see food on TV or somewhere, and it's suddenly, oh, I could really go for that, right? And it would be nice for us to think for a minute, am I dissatisfied with what I have, which is making me want something that I do not, right? So this is a good thinking pattern for all of us to think about. And then finally, I wanted to finish with one quotation, which I absolutely love, because it is what I'm encouraging people to do, is to not get excited about the things that are transient, right? So things that, if I have this meal today because I saw that picture, I feel great for a little while, and then it's back to normal, right? Can I be happy with what I have in every aspect is a big difference from that thinking, right? So this quotation says, instead of looking for what you don't have, find what you have never lost. Instead of looking for what you don't have, find what you have never lost. Now, a lot of people would say, oh, I know, Mother's Day is tomorrow, and my mom has always been with me. Now, some people will say, I've never had a mom with me. And so, what if I never lost? So, it's the person who raised me. Oh, well, they're not here anymore now either. I moved, or they moved, or they've passed, right? So, all of those things are still transient. So, if we're depending on a person, it will change, right? Because these are changeable ideas. If we're depending on a particular home, that will change, right? What have you never lost? Today I'm going to plant the seed, and hopefully you will remember this. Your higher self is what you've never lost. But most people haven't spent time to truly understand that space either. And that's what I'm here for. So if you'd like to chat about that with me, I'd be happy to hear from you. And if you are working in that direction of understanding your deeper self, your higher self, that space, that energy that's always with you day in, day out, from birth till now, and it will be for the rest of your life too. Spend some time getting to know that space. I hope you have fun doing that, and I hope you understand and appreciate what you have right now. I wish you a fantastic day ahead, a fantastic Mother's Day tomorrow, and I hope you remember, transform your mind and transform your life. Have a great day, everyone.